Hey there everybody, I'm C-Show and welcome to episode 3 of my server Let's Play. You'll see that I'm joined by just a few more people today than usual. We still got Blackfires right here. And
Hello.
Godspeed couldn't join us today, but we do also have Knifemasterz, as well as Sir Renegade and Silent Teacher.
Look, a panda!
Panda. Alright, so this is the gang right here, minus Godspeed and maybe one or two other people that might join us from time to time. But, yep. Everybody say hey.
Eel.
I already said hello.
Look, a panda!
Nobody's talking to you, Blackfires.
I think he's dead.
Everybody kill the creeper.
Why do you keep hitting me?
Hang on. We got. There we go. Alright.
Fixed.
That'll do. We got a display now. Alright, so if you guys remember where I left off last time, we were going to get started on thermal expansion stuff. So I will take you guys around and show you how to do all that stuff and how to automate your process to where you can pretty much run all of your ores, double them, and not have to do anything but drop them in a chest. I'm just waiting to see if this creeper actually dies or not. Oh, okay, we got the creeper. It's all good.
I don't even care anymore.
Look, a tombstone!
Alright, so first things first, we're going to need to make a couple machines. We got our aqueous accumulator already, so that's not going to be too much of a problem. But aside from that, the first two things we want to make are a pulverizer and a redstone furnace. Because those are going to be the basic machines, and they are the ones that are going to take care of most of the processing. Alright, so I've got most of the stuff we need in our inventory right here. I do need a couple flint. Let's see, we thought we had some. Okay, we might not have any flint. I thought we did, but we can always break some gravel real quick and get some. Alright, there we go. So we got a couple flint now. That's all we need for that.
Bye.
Alright, so we're going to do the pulverizer first. We also need a piston, which I don't think we looted any from the village or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and make one of those. Pretty easy recipe. Just get into our crafting table here. Now this is a pretty cool thing right here. You'll notice the crafting station from Tinker's Construct you can make. It can actually pull from adjacent chest inventories, so it makes it just a little bit easier. It can only pull from one at a time though, so you can't put multiple chests nearby. As you'll notice here, it's only picking up the chest on the left right here, which I think was the first one that was attached to it, so that's just how it registers that. Alright, so as far as the... Looks like we're going to need to go pick up just a little bit of cobblestone to make the piston. See if I can remember where the mine is. I think it's over here. There we go.
Hey guys, look, a pinata!
And this here is our town mascot. Alright, so starting with the piston, we'll just do this right here, get one piston, we don't need another one. Oh, looks like we had plenty of cobblestone in that chest. I was wondering where it was. Nothing too difficult about any of these recipes. We're going to go and make two of these because we are going to need two of them. And we need one of these right here, pretty easy to make. I believe we need two of these also. think that's everything we need for the pulverizer. Let's see. Yep, okay, so 1 pulverizer. And we're going to need some brick for the redstone furnace. We do have just a little bit of clay because I took the time to gather some. So we just need to smelt down 8 clay real quick. While that's going, let's make sure we've got everything else. Just copper, redstone, alright. So we do have everything else. As soon as the brick is done, we'll have this ready to go. Let's go ahead and drop our... Looks like we got one of those in here. Alright, so we've got our pulverizer here. I'll have to replace my tools momentarily. Whenever I was off screen, I had to chop down a bunch of trees and whatnot. You'll notice we got a whole garden, rubber tree farm going, all the good stuff that we need to get started later. I went ahead and got that out of the way off camera. You guys should know how to do most of that by now, I should hope. Alright, so we've got our bricks here. Nothing too difficult about any of these recipes just yet. Some of these can get more complicated later once you need the alloys and whatnot, but for this stuff, no problem. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys the way I particularly like to do things. First off, we're going to need a couple of different wires. For one, we need fluid ducts, which are pretty much what you use for transporting liquids. There's 2 different kinds. You've got the regular fluid duct and you have the opaque fluid duct. Now the difference is you can actually see the liquids moving through the regular fluid duct, but it takes hardened glass, which we're not able to make yet until we make the induction smelter. So the first thing we're going to do is make one of these opaque ones because they're a lot easier to make. And let's also go ahead and make, I think it's leadstone energy circuits. Yeah, that's the ones we want. Those are easy enough to make also. Hopefully that's enough. If not, we'll have to get a little bit more glass. We're going to go down here to our basement where we set up all of our stuff. Oh, missed one thing. We need our engines to run the machines. We're going to use the most basic engine that pretty much runs off coal, our steam dynamo right here. By the way, you have a arrow sticking out of you, Knifemaster. And it
no problem.
looks like you were fighting a witch again, huh?
Maybe.
Alright, so for this we're just going to need a lot of copper and then one of these little transmission coils, which is just a little bit of silver and redstone, no problem there. We're going to need some more copper though, it looks like. So, let's go ahead and grind up some more copper. If we can find any. Are we out? No, okay, good. Alright. Drop that in there. Still working on your house, teacher?
Nope.
Nope, all done now?
Yeah, I still gotta work on the inside, but I'm mining.
Here before too long, I will probably set up a ME system that we can link together to make it a little bit easier on storage. It might be a little bit though. I'll have to gather the Certus quartz for it. What are you up to right now, Blackfire?
Oh, I'm down in the mine shaft, abandoned mine tunnel, and I found one of the weird little pecks, I think their name is.
Yeah, the Thaumcraft X?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can give them valuable stuff that has the lucrum aspect, like gold, diamond, anything that's valuable. I think it is, and then they'll trade with you for stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, if you have any gold on you or anything, you might smelt it down and toss it to them. You can get some good stuff out of it. The more expensive it is, the better the trades, though.
Yeah, I might think about doing that, but I'm hearing a dangerous amount of spiders around me, so I'm just, yeah.
Ah, don't be a pansy. Spiders are nothing.
I almost died a few moments ago.
What are you talking about? You did die a few moments ago, remember?
I meant from not trolls.
Ah,
I'm not a troll, I'm a panda.
yeah, panda. Alright, so this particular recipe that we're going to do right here, it takes at least, I think it's 11 copper. Let's check real quick. Pretty sure it's 11. It takes 4 for each gear and then another 3 there. So yeah, it's going to be 11 copper, so we will just barely have enough. We'll have a little bit left over. So that's good. Alright, let's go ahead and make our gears real quick. I believe that's around iron for these. Yeah, for these gears in particular, the thermal expansion ones, that's all you need to do for that. They're pretty simple. Now we should have everything we need for at least one steam dynamo. Now, one steam dynamo has just a smidge of trouble keeping up with multiples of these machines. 2 or 3 is a really good spot, but if you can't manage that, 1 is not too bad, it's pretty sufficient. Alright, so all you have to do here is just connect your fluid duct like this right here, and you'll notice if you look inside the machine that it's already filling up, and pretty much if you attach it to an aqueous accumulator, it has no issue keeping up with the water intake, even with like a lot of these machines. It can handle quite a few. So we're going to attach our cabling here, and we should be getting power once we just add a little bit of coal here. Alright, so you'll see on the left over here, it starts generating steam pretty quickly, honestly. It'll build up to about 2,000 really fast, and after that it's a little bit slower because it's actually trying to generate power now. So we should, yeah, it should be outputting power right now. If we look in our machines up here, yep, it's starting to fill up on power. Awesome. Okay, so now we want to take care of our automation stuff now that we know we have power. So for this, we're going to use some Buildcraft pipes. Now, Buildcraft pipes are pretty simple to make, just a little bit of glass, which we're actually going to need some more of, it looks like. So let's just pull out a little bit of sand and make some glass. Alright, so Buildcraft pipes, for this particular type of automation, I usually make it really compact in here, so it fits all right here and behind these machines. So I like to use iron pipes personally because they allow you to make everything go the direction that you want it without anything backlogging. Alright, and it will take less than 6 pipes altogether, so that's pretty easy since it makes 8 pipes with the recipe. So that's all we need right there. We're also going to need a wrench from Buildcraft as well. Let's see, which one's Buildcraft? That'd be this one right here. Alright, so we just need a stone gear and some iron. Easy.
Well, that's unfortunate.
What did you do?
My path out of this part of the tunnel, that turned out to be a dead end, there are 2 witches in it.
I've noticed you guys finding an awful lot of witches this episode.
I don't understand why they're underground.
I'm not sure why there's that many underground. I know they can spawn underground.
I'm just gonna make a nice little separate tunnel and try to find a way around this.
Don't get slowed. That's dangerous.
I got
Yeah,
poisoned,
I can't imagine.
and I ran.
Alright, so that should be everything we need for the wrench. Somebody's horse in front of me, I guess. Oh, hey teacher. Alright, so what we're going to do for this is we're just going to put all these, we're just going to drop them all back here, not worry about where they're connected to just yet. And I'll show you guys in a second. We're actually going to need more iron. I realize now we're going to need quite a bit of iron. So let's go ahead and grind some up real fast. But we're not going to use these slow grindstones. No sir. We're going to go use our new machines.
By the way, see, so my minimap appears to be missing. How do I turn that back on?
By default, I think it's in.
Ah, yes. Alright, thank you.
So if you'll notice right here, these are automatically connected to each other already, so there's no issues there. I'm going to go ahead and do the configurations the way I'd normally use them, and I'll explain it to you in just I'll explain it to you a little bit more in depth here in a second once I get everything put together. Essentially, the way this works, I can make it to where everything goes exactly where I want it. Make things simple. Oh, it's trying to output in a place I don't want it to. That's okay, we're standing here to catch it. Hi. Alright, so the next thing we're going to want are hoppers. We need at least 2 of these. You can always add more into this to make it... you can always add more to make it hold more altogether, but you don't really need a whole lot of them. Just 2 is usually more than enough. We actually need another chest. I'm not sure if we're out of wood here. We got some rubber wood, that's not what we need. Looks like we're gonna have to gather just a little bit of wood. That's okay, we've got some trees over here.
Apparently lost connection there for a second.
That could have just been a lag spike or something, most likely. I keep not noticing that
Probably.
wrench laying there. I feel like I'm being stalked by a demon horse. Alright, so we're just going to need to break the wall out back here real quick so we can actually get to what we're trying to do. Was that you that took damage, Knife?
No.
No. Weird. Alright, so now that we actually have everything hooked up, we actually don't, I don't think we need this pipe here. Let me try to remember real quick. I know we need the other pipes, but that one I'm not sure I actually need. Oh, yes, I remember what that one's for. Alright, so what we're going to do here is essentially, you'll see right here, the little open end where the 2 little bars right here are not at. The open end is where items are going to go to. So what you want is, we're going to have stuff coming out from the back of this. How this works is stuff that's in this output right here will output into the furnace directly, and it will start smelting. But we can't have stuff from both of these going into the furnace because it can't hold that many different items. So what we do is we have the output, the secondary output will come out the back right here. So what you want to do is you want to direct this upward. And then it'll go up, over, and you want to get it to go into the hopper directly. So it'll drop into the hopper over the furnace and prime itself to where whenever the furnace is done with everything else, it'll be ready to go. And then this down here is going to be the direct output for the furnace. And you just want to turn that right up this way. And once you have it like that, pretty much everything that is smelted will go directly into this chest. Oop. So you won't have to worry about doing anything after you get it in there. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go ahead and test this thing out. So let's just pull
I'm gonna
out.
die.
You should,
Oh my gosh, I lived with half a heart.
Poison?
Yes, that
Poison.
poison lasted for a solid 30 seconds.
Yeah, it
Uh-huh.
can't kill you though. Poison can never actually kill you.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so let's just start by testing a little bit of iron. You'll see that it activates right here, the light flips on, and it should be outputting. See now the stuff that comes out of the secondary output here, it just depends on what you're smelting. If you'll look, let's look for iron real quick, for instance. Let's look up some ore. Yeah, here we go. So pulverized iron, the secondary output, you have a 10% chance of getting pulverized ferrous metal. So it can be a nice way if you're using this, because on top of the automation, you also have a small chance of getting extra stuff. Like, for instance, whenever you're smelting copper or pulverizing copper, you can get gold. Alright, so let's see. This should be... Yep, alright, we're outputting directly into our chest now. So that is just what we wanted. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill this hopper up with everything that we need to smelt. Usually you want to do the smaller amounts first. It'll make it get out of the way faster so you don't have to worry about it. And let's see, what do we need smelted the most? Let's go ahead and toss some lead ore in there. Alright, so that'll give us a lot of ingots right there. Exactly what we want. Let's go ahead and close this back up too real quick. And you can actually see back here all the items moving through the pipes to where they're belonging. Alright, so that's just nice right there. You can already see we're up to about 30 ingots. Fast. It's much faster than these grindstones and furnaces, obviously, and you don't have to pay any attention to it. Alright, so aside from that, some of the other thermal expansion stuff, let's look at it. Alright, I'm not sure if we have everything we need for that. Yeah, we just need some iron, so we can go grab some of the iron out here real quick. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to make our sawmill real quick. Now the sawmill is pretty nice if you're starting off, if you can make it right away. Essentially it gives you 6 planks for each log that you put in instead of the normal 4 that you'd get for crafting it. And then it also has a byproduct of that, which I will show you in just a second. What else do we need? We should have everything, right? I think it might not be registering the copper. It does that sometimes. Or not the copper, but the oak planks. Let's just make sure, yep. Some of these recipes you do have to do manually. They don't register properly. I'm not sure why. And there is a snow golem. Why is there a lead over here?
I don't know.
Did you try to lead the snow golem?
No.
Alright, and what we're going to do for the sawmill is we're just going to have it directly output everything straight into the chest. So as you can see here, with these first 3 machines alone, you can completely automate them to where you don't have to pay any attention to them at all. Alright, how are we doing here? Alright, look at it, it's chewing through our metals pretty quick. You can see right here we've already got quite a few different metals. You can see we got, out of about 30 or 40 iron, we got about 2 ferrous metal. Not too bad. Alright, so now that we have that set up, I think next episode we will probably try to get into some Thaumcraft stuff. In my opinion, Thaumcraft and Thermal Expansions are some of the better mods to get into early on in mod packs like this, because they offer some pretty nice perks, especially in terms of travel, automation, and the tools from Thaumcraft can be pretty awesome overall, especially the Axe of the Stream. If you don't know how that one works, well, essentially I could chop down this whole giant sacred oak tree right here with just chopping at the bottom of it until it went down. It's a lot slower than, for instance, the timber mod, which is pretty much instantly breaks the whole tree whenever you hit the bottom of it. But it is pretty nice, and I don't know. I like the Axe of the Stream, especially once you get something like Repair or Unbreaking on it. It goes for a pretty long while. I see somebody mining over here. Who's that? Looks like Blyfires is down there.
No, probably. I noped out of that mine cave. Too many close calls.
Yeah, I won't lie, until we get our armor and stuff, it's not very safe down there. But that's okay. Plenty of stuff to get, it'll help. Most likely,
Well,
armor-wise, we'll get into either the Thaumcraft runic armors, which are pretty nice, or we might go into some power armor, which is pretty awesome too.
I'll say that I'm not necessarily done with the entire system. I remember that I had the little stairwell entrance that I made last time, so I might try going down that one.
Well, the more unexplored areas, the more you can find, obviously. Alright, so we don't need these anymore, so we're just going to get these out of the way. Alright. Don't need any of this anymore. We've got automation now, which is pretty nice. Let's just check on that again real quick, make sure it's doing alright for power. Oh, looks like I glitched through the block there. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Oh, it looks like we ran out of power. I think we ran out of coal, because I didn't put a whole lot of coal in there. These machines, the steam dynamos particularly, they chew through a decent amount of coal. Yeah, you can see here we ran out. We'll do 32. That should be more than enough to finish, and then some. As you can see, one steam dynamo is enough to keep up with these two machines, but once we get to some of the other machines like the magma crucible and the liquid transposer, those take a lot more power, and one steam dynamo is just not going to cut it. Alright, and I think we're just going to wrap things up there. So I hope you guys enjoyed our little trip into thermal expansion and seeing just how you can automate the entire process of doing this without having to watch it at all. Thank you for watching. This has been episode 3 of our server Let's Play, and I'll see you guys next time.